Hello student. Today topic is information gathering tool. In the last lecture you started the information gathering tool. First topic is you completed the interview technique. In the today lecture you see the second information gathering tool, questionnaire and the observation. In the last lecture you see the interview technique is the face to face interaction between the analyst and the user, ask the questions and gather the information. And the second is the questionnaire. It is the to contract the interview of the questionnaire, which is term used the almost any tool that has the question to which the individual to the respond. In the questionnaire technique, ask the question in the questionnaire form. It is usually associated with the self-administrated tool with atoms to the close or the fix the alternative type. In the questionnaire type in the questions are designed and ask the question related to the organization, related to the organization working, and gather the information from the related the questions. This method is used by the analyst to gather the information about the various issues of the system from the large number of persons. There are the two types of the questionnaire. First is the open-ended questionnaire and the second is the closed-ended questionnaire. If first is the open-ended questionnaire, it is consist of the question that can be easily and correctly interpreted, that can explore a problem and lead to a specific directions of answer. And the second is the closed-ended questionnaire. It consists of questions that are used when the system analyst effectively list of all possible responses and which are mutually exclusive. First is open-ended and second is closed-ended. Open-ended is that can be easily and correctly interpreted questions are asked that can explore the problem and lead to the specific direction of the answer. Closed-ended, it consists of questions that are usually when system analysis are effectively list of all possible responses. These are related questions are asked in the close related questionnaires. Next is the advantages of the questionnaire. It is a very effective and surveying interest, attitude, feeling and beliefs of user which are not be correlated. It is useful in situation know what proportion of the given group of the approves and the disapproves of a particular feature of the proposed system. Next advantages is it is useful to determine the overall opinion before giving any specific direction to the system project. Next is it is more reliable and provides high confidentiality of the honest responses. It is appropriate for electing of factual information or the statistical data collection which can be made and sent by the post. It is very effective because overall the information is asked in the questionnaire related the software, related the organizations, employee feelings and beliefs of the organizations. Their related questions are asked and any informations of the organizations are asked in the questionnaire technique. It is appropriate for the electing factual information for the statistical data is of the organization is also collect from the questionnaire techniques. It is the economically and require less skill to administer than the interview. They have no skill is used for the asking the questions. It is economically no intervention, no interview technique is used, no face to face communication is taken, unlike the interview which is generally questions are one subject at time and questionnaire can be administered at the large number of the individuals simultaneously. The large number of the area is covered in the questionnaire technique. Questionnaire technique is also used for the information gathering. Next is the main important is observation. Observations of the organizations are taken. This is a methods is used for gathering the information by noticing and observing the people's events and the object. Observing the peoples of the organizations, events and the objects of the organization. The analyst visit the organization to observe the working of the current system and they understand the requirement of the system. Analysts visit the organizations and observe the working of the overall the current system. The current computer system is used in the organization and understand the requirement, understand the problems are arising in the organization to handle and the failure of the computer system which enhances our needs for to improve the organization's computer system. Another information gathering tool in the system studies on-site the observation. It is the process of recognizing and the noting the people, object and occurrences to obtain information. The analyst's role is that of the information seeker who is expected to the major objective of the on-site observation is to get close as possible to the real system being studied. For this reason, it is important that the analysis is the knowledge about the general makeup and the activities of the system. And observer, the analyst follows a set of rules while making the observation more likely to the listen than talk and to the listen the sympathetic. When human observers are used, four alternative observation methods are considered. Natural observation occurs in the setting such as the employee place of the work. Observation is set up by the observer in a place like the laboratory. Obstructive or unobstructive observation take place when the respondent knows is being observed, and unobstructive observation is take place behind the one-way mirror. First is natural observation. Natural observation occurs in settings such as the employee place work, employee working culture. Second is the obstructive observation take place when the respondent knows is being the observer. Next is the direct, and fourth is structured or unstructured. Direct or indirect. Direct observation take place the analyst actually observes the subject or the system of the work, and in indirect observation the analysis use the mechanical devices such as the cameras and the videotape to capture the information. For the indirect purpose, for use the various types of the mechanical devices such as the cameras, videotapes to capture the information for the gathering of the information related to the organization. Next is the structure or the unstructured. In the structure observation, observer looks at the records of the specific action such as the number of related the information about the organization. Unstructured method place the observation in a situation. Observer what types of the what types of the problems are arises in the organization, which types of the problems are arises in the organization. These types of the unstructured information is gathering from the organization. Next is the advantages of the observation. It is the direct method for gathering the information related to the organization. It is useful in situation when authenticity of data collected is in question, when complexity of the certain aspects of the system prevents the clear explanation by the end users. Next is produces more accurate and reliable data of the organization. It produces the more accurate is asked the is observe the observation, taking gathering the information from the observation. For the on-site observation, for the direct structure, it produces the all shape of the documents that are incomplete and outdated. It produces all shape of the documentation that are incomplete and outdated. These types of the three techniques are used. First is intervene, second is questionnaire, and third is observation for the information gathering. For which purpose? For developing the any software development, any software related the organization. Any organization related software is developed, the gathering the information related the organization, use the three techniques, three tools. First is the interview, questionnaire, and the observation. Next topic is structure analysis tool. For the structure analysis tool, five types of the tools are used. First is data flow diagram, second is data dictionary, third is decision tree, fourth is decision table, and fifth is structuring list. First is the data flow diagram. Data flow diagram, it is also known as the bubble chart. It is purpose of the clarifying the system requirement and identifying the major transformation that will become the program in the system design. It is the starting point at the design phase and functionally decomposes the requirements of the specification at the lowest layer. There is the one is the starting point of the data flow diagram and one is the end point. DFD consists of DFD is joined by the lines. This technique is developed by the Larry Constead to express the requirement of the system in the graphical form. It shows the flow of the data between the various functions of the system and the specifies how the current system is work and implemented. It is the initial stage of the design phase. Is functionally divides the requirements of the specification down to the lowest level in the data flow diagram. It is a graphical in nature. It is represented. It is in graphical form. It is used for the good communication between the user and the analyst and the system designer. It is used for the communication between the user and the analyst and the user and the system designer. It gives the overall data of the system programs, what transformation, where is data performed, where is data stored. These types of the graphical representation, for the purpose of the graphical representation, data flow diagram is used. Where this data flow, where the data is stored, where the data is transferred, these types of the information, it is used in the structure format. The data flow diagram is used. Data flow diagram is easily understand and effective way to the design. It is show the clear form of the information, what form of the user wants the information. It is proper to communicate. It requires a large number. It shows the large number of the data. The following types of the symbols is used in the data flow diagram. First symbol is square. Square is used for source and the destination of the data. Second is arrow, two-way arrow. Arrow. Third is the circle. Fourth is open rectangle. This arrow is used for data flow. Circle is used for process of transposing the data flow. Open rectangle is used for data store. These types of the four symbol is used in the data flow diagram. For first is square. Square is used for source to destination of the data is shown in the square symbol. Second is arrow. Arrow is used for the data flow. Third is circle. Circle is used for the process of transferring the data flow. Fourth is used open rectangle. Open rectangle is used for the storing of the data. These types of the four symbol is used for designing the data flow diagram. For the designing of the data flow diagram to show the how the data is transferred from source to destination, data flow, process of transferring the data, how to data is transferred from one position to another position, how to data is stored. These types of the four symbol is used in the data flow diagram. Types of the DFD. DFD, there are the two types. First is the physical DFD and second is the logical DFD. First is the physical DFD. Physical DFD is, first is, there are the two types, physical DFD and second is logical DFD. Physical DFD, it implements implementation is dependent. It shows the which function is performed. And second is the logical DFD. Logical DFD, it is independent. It focus on the flow of the data between the processes. Physical DFD, it provides low level of the data such as the hardware, software and files related data. Logical DFD, it explains the events of the system and data required of the each event. Then the physical DFD, it depends upon the current system operation and how the system it will be the implement, how the current system is operates and how it implements. It is showing the physical DFD. And it in the logical DFD, it shows the business related operations and system can be implemented. In the business related operation, how the system is implemented and how the system is work, it is shown in the logical DFD. There are the two types. First is the physical DFD and second is logical DFD. Physical DFD is the totally dependent and logical DFD, it is independent. It is depends upon, it shows the functions, which types of the functions are performed. It focuses on the logical DFD focuses on the flow of the data process between the one source to destination. In the logical DFD, source to destination, how the data is transferred. These types of the data is shown in the physical DFD and the logical DFD. There are the two types, physical and the logical DFD. Both DFD are used for showing the data of the various types of the functions of the organizations and their business related organization. Second is data dictionary. Data dictionary is the second type of the structure analysis tool. Data dictionary, it stores the various types of the data. In suppose the DBMS, the various types of the data is stored. These types of the data is also stored in the data dictionary. Data dictionary is the structure form of the storage of the data elements in the system. It stores the description of the all DFD and data elements, details and the definitions of the data flow. Data stores data maintains, and the data also processes. Data dictionary improves the communication between the analyst and the user. It plays an important role in the building the databases. Most DBMS have the data dictionary in the standard feature. The data dictionary is shown in this form in the table format. Suppose serial number, data name, their description, number of character, this is shown in the rows and the column formats. Every database is shown in the rows and the column formats. Data name, ISBN, title, subject, ISBN in the ISBN number, the title is give, title, book title or book name, SUB, subject means book subject, C++, number of characters, you decided it how many characters in ISBN number. Suppose you write your mobile number is 10 character, their ISBN number is 10 character. Title of book name character is how many characters is you have recorded in your title. Suppose 20 characters. Subject for book subject, related how many characters you enter, 30 characters. These types of the data is shown in the data dictionary. Data dictionary show in the table format. The serial number, data name, description and number of character. It is called as the attribute. And which types of the data you have enter in the table, it is called as the instances. And the whole table structure is called as, there is the this information is called as the this serial number and data name, a description are the attribute. You have information enter is called as the instances, and whole structure is called as the database schema. Whole structure is called as the database schema in the DBMS term, and it is show the informations of the data. Suppose you show the information about the organization. Organization, it is the entity. Serial number, data name, description are the attribute. These types of the information it is shown in the data dictionary. The data dictionary shows the various types of the data in the DBMS form. It is a more understandable, more readable, and you know the which types of the data you are enter in the database, and you know the first record is you know the which data name, description, number of character, which types of the data you enter in the database. It is properly store it, properly maintain it, and properly proceed it. These types of the information is stored in the data dictionary. Today close your session. Thank you.